What's up, everybody? Welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's Wednesday evening here in Findlay, Ohio, and as you can tell, Anderson is up visiting. What's going on, Anderson?
Not a whole lot. Time to drink some beers.
Time to drink some beers. Today, my daughter had to go back to college in Columbus, so Anderson came up to help me. We drove down there, dropped her off. Everything went pretty smooth, surprisingly. It was pretty easy, pretty smooth drop off. I was happy with that. And on the way back, we decided to hit up a few different beer spots. So, you know, one of the ways that I tend to look for beers is a lot of times I'll look at Untapped, and sometimes you'll see badges that are near me or things. You know, you can look up on the map local breweries, that kind of stuff. But a lot of places also offer badges for stopping by whatever their brewery is, their bar, whatever it may be. So we saw a local badge pop up for a place called Barley Hopsters. What did you think of that spot, man?
It was an interesting spot because it was a bar, I guess, but they also had 650 some odd beers in the coolers. You could buy to go, or I assume you could drink some of them there. They also had beer on draft.
Yeah.
Some pinball machines. It's a nice little spot.
They had about 10 beers on draft or something like that?
Yeah, 10 or 12, yes.
And they had all the coolers, individual cans for sale. So it told you every single one price. It was real easy to, you know, navigate through and pick out some beers that you wanted. So we picked up a few individual cans, and then like fools, we sat outside and drank a beer in the freezing cold in the outside patio area. But it was still nice. This was in Delaware, Ohio. It was a town I've never been to before. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it was...
I can't say I've ever been there other than driving through it like we did in the morning.
Yeah, it was a cool little spot.
And it's the home of Rutherford B. Hayes.
President Rutherford B. Hayes.
That's where he was born.
Somebody cares about him. So there was a statue. We were sitting there, and there was a statue of Rutherford B. Hayes. The only reason we knew it was Rutherford B. Hayes was because it said so. It could have been anybody, right?
Definitely.
It was Rutherford B. Hayes. The other thing we did, the other app that we have is the Ohio Craft Brewers Association has an app called Ohio on Tap. We both picked this up, I don't know, what do you think, the last 6 months or something, pretty recently.
We picked it up for that, what was that, the thing for the glasses.
Oh yeah, when they did the, when I did the giveaway, Ohio Pint Day, yeah. That's when we, what was that, October or something?
It was definitely a while ago.
It was October or so. The app is okay, to be honest. It's a little clunky. The idea is you go to the different breweries and you have a passport, a digital passport, I guess. And when you check in at the brewery, you know, you can, I guess, they, you know, obviously based on geography, know where you are, how close you are. You check in, and it kind of stamps your passport. And the more stamps that you accumulate, you can get prizes and things like that. I think we're up to about 10. I'm up to about 9 or 10 stamps. You're around the same.
Right. I think I have 11 or 12 now.
Yeah, and I think at 10 you get a free sticker or something. But as you know, as you go up and visit more breweries in Ohio, the prize level goes up. You know, it's kind of like skee ball or something. Right now, I'm on the low level with the crap toys. We're trying to work our way up to that top shelf, right?
Try to get enough tickets.
Yeah, so, but the other cool thing about it is it does have a map. So you can kind of just, you know, click on the map, and if you're not that familiar with where you are, so for example, neither of us really spent a lot of time down in Delaware or that area, it'll show you all the breweries that are near you. So it just so happened that we were coming home on this road, and literally you had to pull off the road, go like a mile into town, and there was 2 breweries in the town, 2 breweries I'd never heard of. One was called Restoration Brewing, and the other was called Staas, S-T-A-A-S. So we were pretty fortunate we were able to hit both of those up. Restoration was like a restaurant bar thing, and you could go inside and sit. We sat at the bar and had a drink. They had like the dividers up. So we could sit 2 people here, then the dividers, and the next group of people.
Right.
That place was pretty busy, to be honest, man. There was a lot of folks in there, and the food smelled pretty good, to be honest. I seen the fries, and I thought, I might have to have some of these. So that was Restoration. The other place, Staas, was not open inside. We initially thought it was closed. Wasn't open inside, but there was people out on the back patio, and they had those kind of heater things, so you could get beers and then sit out on the back patio, kind of parking lot kind of area, and drink some beers there. So we had a beer there as well, tried it out.
And it sounded like their hours are kind of hit or miss. You just kind of got to catch them open right now.
Yeah. Well, we went there because it said they were closed on Wednesdays.
Google Maps said they were closed on Wednesdays. The door said it was closed on Wednesdays.
Yeah, but we saw someone in there and then saw like 2 people sitting out back and thought, let's inquire further. And then we saw a dude coming out the side door, went in, and they said, yeah, because today was actually a fairly nice day weather-wise.
Right.
So I guess they were open because the weather was nice. So is what it is. It was all in all a pretty interesting day. Hit a couple spots we haven't been to. You know, picked up a couple of badges on Untapped if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And now let's get to the main point of our show, I guess.
The great beer we have.
The awesome beer. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was when I was doing one of the light beers, somebody had mentioned I should try Iron City Light. And as weird as it is, Iron City is a beer out of Pittsburgh. You know, I'm in Western Ohio. He's in Cleveland. Pittsburgh, not really that far.
Not at all.
That being said, I have never had any of the Iron City beers whatsoever. I went back on Untapped and checked. I thought to myself, I must have ran into one at some point over the, you know, almost 10 years we've been on Untapped or something. I thought, must have had one. No, never had an Iron City beer. So I asked this dude to pick up some Iron City, because you can get it in Cleveland. I went to the website and did the 100 miles from my zip code to see where I could find it. Nowhere near me whatsoever. I think Upper Sandusky, or no, not Upper, just Sandusky was the closest spot. Sandusky. And then some spots out in Cleveland. I asked this dude to get me some Iron City beer, and what does he bring back? This hot mess. Iron City Light Mango, right? Iron City Light Mango. This is what happens when you ask your buddy to hook you up. He brings you this stuff. Now, it is a WTF Wednesday, so it seems like an appropriate beer, right? So this is IC Light Mango. It says that it's 98 calories per serving. On the packaging here, it says premium light beer with natural flavors. So, you ready to try one of these fine brews?
No, I'm definitely not ready to try this. I did not think this through when I bought this for you, that I would have to suffer also.
Did it say brewed in Latrobe? What did it say? Did it say Latrobe, PA?
Yeah, brewed in Latrobe, PA.
Okay. So Iron City, here's another interesting thing. I've heard of Iron City beer. I always thought it was Iron City Brewing. It's actually the Pittsburgh Brewing Company. And we went to the site. They make a couple different beers. So they do Iron City, IC Light, the IC Mango, and they do one called Old German. Again, I've never seen that anywhere ever.
I don't think I've ever seen that anywhere either.
It had some neat packaging. Looked like some retro 60s kind of thing going on. So I'd definitely like to give those other ones a try. This one probably not so much, but it is what it is, right? It's WTF Wednesday. We must be bold and try different things. So this one comes in at 3.8% ABV. I went and checked out the, Untapped and Beer Advocate. Surprisingly, on Untapped, it gets a 3.22, which is higher than I had expected something like this to get. Beer Advocate at 2.47, aggregate score of 65 poor, which is probably what I figured. When you look at those two sites, I think the people on Beer Advocate tend to take it a little more seriously and go in depth on the reviews and those kind of things. Where Untapped, there's probably just more people checking in for fun and, maybe you give it a 3 or whatever and you move on. But that's what the people think. You ready to try this bad boy?
Yeah, I am. And Beer Advocate's too much work for me.
I agree. I'm not typing in all that. Why would I type in all stuff when you could do a whole video and do all this?
Right.
Exactly. All right, let's get these. Are these twisties?
We'll find out.
No, they're not. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be a twist top. Unless I have really weak hands.
No, I agree. I expect it to be a twist top as well.
So maybe it's a little better than we thought. Ooh. Smells a bit sweet.
As you'd expect. Yeah, I can smell it already just pouring the beer out.
Yeah.
That is very, very clear.
All right.
As you can see in the clear bottle to begin with.
Yeah. Color, obviously, light yellow, pretty crystal clear. Tons of carbonation going on in there. Tons of bubbles. Head, not much. Tiny bit of soapiness, maybe that's about it. It's crazy carbonation.
Like it's a glass of champagne.
Yeah, champagne. Let's see. It smells actually not that bad. It's definitely sweet. You definitely pick up mango. I thought when you opened the bottle, you could smell it right away, and I thought it was going to be more like kind of cloying when you actually got up close. The smell's actually not terrible. You ready to do this?
It smells like something else I've had, but I can't put my finger on what it was.
It smells. You know what it smells like?
I've had another beer that smells like this.
It smells like Peach Fanta.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Peach Fanta is actually one of my favorite beverages in the world. If you're lucky enough to find that, check it out. It smells like Peach Fanta.
Ready?
Let's do it. That's weird. That's different. Start with the body, very light, obviously. The taste is odd. I honestly don't think you pick up a whole heck of a lot.
I mean, it's sweet up front, almost fruity sweet. Like, I guess I can pick out the mango, I suppose.
Yeah.
But then it's got a weird,
like a funky taste, something like weird,
cheap beer aftertaste.
Yeah, I almost thought it was almost like kind of like a chemically kind of taste or something. I don't think you really pick up like tons of malt. You definitely don't pick up any hops. The only real kind of discernible taste, I guess, would be the mango, kind of like a sweet mango kind of thing. But then it kind of fades into like a weird, I'm not even sure what I would call it, like a chemically kind of odd taste.
It tastes like artificial sweetener.
Yeah. If you've had
it goes
like
from
the
an initial,
stevia sodas or something like that.
Yes. It goes from an initial like citrusy flavor to artificial sweetener.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if it's made with it or something. Yeah, I can't read this. It's like yellow on different colors.
I didn't see anything about. Well, it says artificial sweetener. It does, right there on the label.
Yeah, artificial sweetener.
Premium light beer with natural flavors and artificial sweeteners.
That's probably how they keep it at 95 calories, right?
Doesn't say that on the six-pack.
Well, it says 95 calories per serving. So
right.
Obviously the way you keep it at 95 is you put in, you know, I don't know if it's stevia or was it erythritol or one of these artificial sweeteners. But you're 100% right. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like a soda made with artificial sweetener.
Right.
Because you pick up a little bit of the mango initially, then it fades to like, eesh, what's this kind of stuff here? So this is a bit of an odd one. Now, if I were to say, would I drink this again? For me, it would be a no. What about you?
I don't want to drink this again, but
we bought 6 of them. We're stuck with them now. And we'll do a giveaway. Maybe we don't like. You can have these. The rest of them. We got 4 more left, dude. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna finish the rest of this one. This one for me, Iron City Mango, would be a thumbs down. I'm kind of disappointed. You know, again, the first time I had an Iron City for the Pittsburgh people, and I get this one, right? This weird ass thing here. This is probably for somebody, like I said, Untapped. It gets a 3.22, so somebody's digging this. My guess it's the people that are drinking WhiteClaws and all that kind of stuff might like something like this, but it's not for me, man. It's a thumbs down. That's
actually probably relatively close to what this is, kind of a WhiteClaw-ish.
Yeah, almost like a seltzery kind of thing.
Well, it's definitely a thumbs down for me as well. This is,
so unfortunately,
not that it's bad. It's just not.
I am not digging the taste.
Something I want to drink again.
It's funky. I mean, it's light-bodied. Obviously, you don't really pick up any kind of beer tastes. It's more kind of like funky sweetness, and just it ain't for me.
It's that artificial aftertaste.
Yeah, it does you in. It's just like a no-go. So unfortunately, double thumbs down. We're not going to be drinking this again. Hope if you guys like the video, please hit the thumbs up, hit that like button below. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, jump in down below. If you've had this IC Mango, let me know what you think of it. Maybe you like it. Who knows, right? Different strokes for different folks. Some people like these kind of beverages. Not me. Not me.
I do not like them either.
All right, well, we got a bunch of other beers we picked up on our journey today, so we'll try some of those. We'll probably do a video tomorrow and break out some of the other things. So until next time, hope you'll have a wonderful end of the week. Cheers.
Cheers.